Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'll be finally revealing my surprise list. It's finally over. I finished painting it. It took me, if I'm like thinking about the first model I got, about 2 years now, almost. But I finished this Puma Panzerspachs only last month, and you've seen me building them and a bit of airbrushing the color on the models. I also have a video with the Fallschirmjäger platoon here, but I haven't yet managed to edit it, so probably in the near future if I have time. So this is my SS Schnellgruppe Knittel. It's a list I've built from the Ardennes Offensive book. I'm trying to participate with it at a tournament. I will probably be getting my ass kicked, but I'm just trying out this 4 King Tigers variant. So basically the list consists of combat platoons, 2 combat platoons of Pumas with 234-1 variant with a 2 cm gun. These are the 2 platoons. We have a command of 250 AZKVZ, and it's from Rommel. It's the Griff, because it's the same model. And yep, so these are the combat platoons. It's a recon list basically, and I opted for this because it allows me to bring in these 4 babies. Now these guys are support platoon. It's not that much of a difference right now with the version 3 rules, but with the new version 4 rules, you know that support platoons won't actually count for your formation breakpoint. So version 3 still allows for taking this heavy support and partially being able to resist on the table for some time. Now I have this 4 King Tigers in 2 platoons, 1 King Tiger platoon, 3 King Tigers platoon. Why this choice, you might ask? I went for the 3 Tigers platoon because I think this will be my assault platoon. Basically, if I want to assault, I will assault with this platoon. And also for the reserves version 3 point of view, this will allow to bring 3 King Tiger tanks on the table. If I could have opted for having two King Tigers platoons. There's also the Fallschirmjäger platoon here. They are just regular rifle MG teams with Panzerfaust SMG team. And I'm really happy how these guys turned out, and I've been wanting to have a Fallschirmjäger platoon since I first started playing Flames of War, and now I have them. Another support is this platoon here. It's SS rocket launcher battery. Basically, the entire list is SS, apart from the Fallschirmjäger. They don't treat each other as allied platoons in this list, so Fallschirmjägers will be able to receive all the benefits from the command team. Fallschirmjägers also have a 3+ when riding, 3+ save when riding on these beauties. So my idea is create a punch force, and for example, if I'm attacking and I have no reserves, everybody will be on the table. But if I have reserves, I'll probably go for recon platoon, Fallschirmjäger, and King Tigers. And probably these Fallschirmjägers will be mounted on the King Tigers, and they will go together into contact with the enemy. Then I'll be probably using lift gun to ground with these guys, keep firing at the possible gun teams that are defending the enemy's infantry, and then probably assault with this bunch. The list is fearless trained, and you can see it here, how it looks from forces, from Flames of War. Basically, fearless trained, I think it's a luck matter. For me, confident veteran is the best list to have in Flames of War. But fearless trained could also work if I'll be able to protect my assets. And the main problems I'll have with this recon platoons, because they are soft and because they will probably die pretty fast as being trained. These guys have a 3+ save, so basically it will help me out. Of course, compared to the veterans, they will take a lot more hits, but I'm counting on actually saving some. You never know actually how the god of dice decides to play with you, and you might get on the losing stick on that, but hey, they are infantry. And these guys, well, they're King Tigers. They should stay alive. I'll be kind of trying to, for example, if I'll be playing against list that has an airplane, I'll probably keep one of these platoons like this, you see, and these guys have self-defense anti-aircraft, so I will just bunch them like this. So if an airplane comes and tries to range in, I'll be able to shoot some anti-aircraft fire at it. It will be hard, it will be very difficult to actually do damage to it, but it's a kind of protection I thought of. Other things about this list, I'll try to compare it from the point of version 3 rules to the version 4 rules, because I think this list will be much stronger in version 4. Putting aside the fact that the recons won't be as good as they are now for going into contact and for sticking into assaults, but these guys will be living on the table. I don't think there will be many weapons to take them out, as artillery got the nerf and the aircraft got the nerf, and so I'm counting on these guys. These guys got a bit of a nerf, being artillery of course, as rockets. For me it was very nice to be able to roll 3 dice at once to be able to range in. Now you just have to take the normal procedure of ranging in, and of course they'll be losing this little guy, the command stand, because as you know, now you only have, in version 4, you only have the teams that are able of firing bombardments in artillery units. We call them units now, not platoons. It will take me some time to get used to it. I don't know why they changed that actually, but I think it's a thing they did. So yep, this is the list I talked to you about. I'll try to go through each individual model and tell you a little bit of history about them. Okay, so command unit is the KFZ 250. It's a straight recon unit. It has the antenna, it's the command. It you can actually take 3 variants in this list. You can take this little guy, you can take 234-1 and or a 234-2. I opted for 250 because the tournament will be played in 1625 points list, and this little guy was the only one who fitted in the list together with everything else. Basically this model, it's a grief, and it could be better painted and it could have decals, but wow, I think it's just quite okay like this. I'm planning to having Rommel mounted inside him, and I'll probably finish the paint job later on for it. Then we have this two little stars platoons. I'll be showcasing them together because you've seen these models before on my channel. They are the 234-1. I finished painting them. I think they look quite nice for a beginner, and I'm quite pleased with what I got here. I hope they will do good on the table as well. They are not that strong as the 234-2, but they are far less expensive, and you can keep them on the tabletop as a recon unit in support of your other units. They have the 2cm KWK 38 gun, and that has a rating in Flames of War of 3 rate of fire, 5 anti-tank value, and 5+ firepower. As also they have self-defense anti-aircraft, as I mentioned earlier, and I'll probably be using them if the enemy has an airplane to be able to protect my Tiger tanks. They are numbered, so this is the 411 vehicle and command vehicle, and this is the 412 vehicle. It would have been nice to be able to actually place a command inside, but it's quite tricky. I was thinking about actually opening up one of the meshes here and placing the command there, but I don't want to take my chances and ruining the model. These guys, together with HQ, are the combat platoons of my company. Now we have this bad boy. So this bad boy is a Battlefront King Tiger. It's all resin with metal tracks. It has this commander, and it's an SS commander, and it's also magnetized. You can see the magnet here. The model is quite nice. It's heavy, it's robust, and it's painted in an octopus camo scheme. I was inspired by World of Tanks when I did this camo scheme. This bad boy goes together with these three bad boys. These bad boys, they are like King Tigers from Zvezda. It is one of my recent builds and paint jobs. I've also done some works in camo nets and camo netting them. You can see these two guys having a camo net on them. The camo scheme on them is actually a more recent camo scheme used by the German army, and I think they could have used it in Second World War also, but as I said, it was inspired by the King Tiger, the only working King Tiger they have in France at the War Museum there. And usually when I'm painting my models, I've started to go to references, and I've seen many of these King Tigers in Ardennes Offensive. Yeah, well, they all have a winter camo scheme on them, but mine will, like, They probably got into spraying or something like that. They are using camo nets as they would have used in Ardennes. This guy has some lichen or lichen on it. It should be branches, and I think they look quite nice. And Zvezda did a really good job with this kit, from my point of view, comparing it to the Battlefront one. They are almost the same, and maybe the turret on the Zvezda it's a bit bigger than the one on the Battlefront version, but they look the same. They go together, and you can use them very well on the tabletop. Now, these guys are very strong. King Tigers are very strong in Flames of War, and they will be even stronger in version 4. In version 3, they are actually you can have a lot of problems with them if you're facing artillery and aircrafts. Now in version 4, things got a little bit better for them. Of course, they're very, very expensive. Now, after these stars of my SS Schnellgruppe Knittel, I'll be showcasing my Fallschirmjägers. So these little guys, they will do the job for defending objectives and for assaulting other infantry and probably armor. This little guy has a Panzerfaust. I could have taken Panzerfaust on all of them, but the problem is that for doing this I should have dropped off one platoon of 234-1s and taking 250 version, and also I wouldn't have 10 bases like I have now. I would have had only 7 bases, and I think I'm doing okay from the anti-tank point by having all these King Tigers. And yeah, I think these little guys, I hope they will bring me many victories on the tabletop. Now, this support unit consisting of these guys, I painted them last year for a tournament. My intention was to use them for a North Africa list, and this is why they are painted in Desert Africa Corps painting scheme. But I'll be using them in this Ardennes Offensive list, maybe just considering them being some veteran guys on the table. Yeah, well, they'll feel a strength in the list, but you see what I'm getting. Now, it's 6 platoons. The list is quite balanced for version 3, meaning that you can keep 3 units on the table. So this list, I think it's a good list for version 3 and also for version 4. I'll be using it, as I said, in a tournament using version 3 rules. Strong points for version 3 are that my rocket launchers ranging with 3 dices. My Tigers have DOP, let's say, Tiger races, and option, and also my recons actually stand and fight on a 3+ motivation, being the fearless motivation. On the version 4, all this will change. Nipple Werfers will lose this command stand for once. They will range in as normal artillery, of course. Being 2, it's a strong point because they will be able to fire us, not having to re-roll hits for being only 2 weapons firing. My King Tigers will be protected from artillery and from aircraft, and overall I think it's balanced. It's balanced for both versions. I will try to come up with a battle report with this list against some guys at my club. Hopefully they will be able to find some time to get a game going and test it out. Okay guys, so like, subscribe if you like this video, and don't forget to comment and tell me your opinion on it. I'll try to discuss more after the battle report. I'll try to do it in version 3 and maybe later in version 4, and compare the results and compare the list as it went with. And also I think that will be a good test to see if version 4 is better for this list or not, and how the game evolved from version 3. That's about it. Thank you, and see you next time.